Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai, and today I'm gonna be reacting to One Piece, chapter 1098, because it's early this week and I have the time, so I'll do it today. But first, let's just talk a little bit about 1097. So, 30 years ago, meaning, from present time, we had just a little bit of a glimpse of what Kuma and Ginny were doing, which was basically helping out the old folks that live there in the Sorbet Kingdom. And what he would do is that he would basically, he'd use his fruit to basically get all the exhaustion and the physical pain out of their body. And obviously, the people that he was helping, they wouldn't know. But after, no one could see other than Ginny, he would take it upon himself and literally put the pain and exhaustion and stress and all that into himself because he just cannot make it go away otherwise. It would just be, floating there. Which, honestly, he should have used all those on the old king, but yeah, that's like just a very like way to showcase Kuma's very big heart and the lengths that he would go, that for other people to not suffer other than himself. And Ginny would try to like let him know, basically you don't have to keep doing this, or but Kuma being how he was just happy that he was able to help other people regardless of how he ends up. So they would just keep continuing on doing how they did until we get another time skip 25 years ago, which Kuma gets proposed by Ginny, and of course he turns her down, but not because he doesn't have any feelings for her, but because, all the trauma that he has and just all the outside forces that would also, all the bad things that could happen to Ginny simply because she'd be married to him. And if they had a kid, then that kid would be persecuted too and possibly enslaved as well. So then they continue on. And we see some people going there to the church because I assume it's church. I don't think we're told specifically that that's what it is. But we see a cross in it. And Kuma was indeed a man of faith, a pastor specifically. And he says something along the lines. Oh, what was it? Something about... Oh, here, yeah. He was, he only did this during Sunday, and that's because Ginny prohibited from, overdoing it, which was good. But then the king makes a move, which is to basically divide the kingdom in half. And to, basically said, fuck the people from the south. We're not gonna try and, give them any sort of protection anymore, and instead we're going to basically try and get rid of them all. Kuma obviously gets upset and tries to, fight the people that were trying to impose this rule or this law. And then we get like a more clear explanation on how they were trying to do this. Or not how, but the why, which is, the heavenly truth for the celestial dragons was getting too much because there were too many people, so he just decided, I'm just gonna say that I have, half of the people that I used to do, so basically I've abandoned them all, so I'm just gonna pay the heavenly tribute for the people on the north. Which is such a shitty thing to do. And it's not something that is framed as like, oh, I hate to do this, but it must be done because we just don't have enough resources or whatever. But no. The king did not seem to be having any sort of guilt around it, and it seemed, definitely not showing him in like a sort of, positive light of any sort. So like Kuma, Ginny, and other people end up in prison because, they were defying the new laws. And that's when we get the Revolutionary Army to show up. And we have Kuma and Ginny showing up. And they join. Specifically, Iba-chan was looking for Kuma. So they go on and basically free all the people that the king from Sorbet was trying to, get rid of. And then we get a scene with Kuma, Iba-chan, and Kuma, Iba-chan, and Dragon. And then 8 more years pass, and then Kuma returns to Sorbet Kingdom, although it's only one panel. And then Ginny, we see just 14 years ago in a certain country. Now, we don't know what the country is, but we know that she's a Revolutionary Army captain from the Eastern Forces. So East, I'm guessing East Blue, and so I saw that they were theorizing that it could have been the Oikut Kingdom. So this could be the first time we might be seeing it, like, clearly, and not just from speculation or mentions. But we'll see. But then, she's just having a just light-hearted conversation with a subordinate. Although, just from this alone, just the way, because it says, I wish I were Captain Kuma. He is the affection of everyone's crush. But yeah, it seems like she still has feelings for Kuma, and maybe Kuma also has still feelings for her, but there's no sort of mention of Bonney, because it's been already 14 years ago. Also, basically time keeps on passing, and no sort of hints that Bonney has been born, or even adopted. So yeah. So with that said, I will say that I've been spoiled about something in particular about 1097. And I would like to imagine that if you're here, then you've already read the chapter. So yeah, I will say it. I will say it. I know that Bonnie is actually in the present, 12 years old. So that explains some things, and also it makes the way that Oda draws some panels of her very unfortunate. So yeah. Other than that, I don't know anything about 1098. But yeah, we see at the end of this one that Ginny's been captured. So we'll see what happens with that. Like, I don't think she's gonna survive, but we still gotta know, the how of how things advance from here. So now let's start with 1098, and it's called The Birth of Bonney. Okay, so this is pretty. Yeah, she's gonna be a big part of the chapter. Also, I heard that Oda had the chapter, but all drawn, but it wasn't actually finished. So some panels are gonna look more like sketches rather than the big, not big, but like the finalized art that we're used to. So I'm well aware of that. So I'm not gonna point to it when it's obvious that that's what it is. So hopefully Oda will take another big break soon, because this is just not looking good in regards to his physical health. Oh yeah, literally there in Brooke's legs. This chapter's manuscript is unfinished. Sorry. And we have Oda. So yeah. Oh no. Sorry. I couldn't keep that one inside. Okay. So this is a cover request, and it's Brooke powering his electronic guitar solo with an electric eel. That's a fun concept for a cover chapter. But yeah, this chapter will be very much polished when the volume for it comes out. So let's see. Revolutionary Army HQ Baltigo. The expanding tides of revolution. Requesting backup, the Tumi uprising in the South Blue is looking bleak. We can't, our hands are full dealing with the wounded at Goa. You will tell him. I'll go. Okay, that's Gomer. Don't be rash, Kuma. You've been acting reckless ever since that day. Ever since that day. Okay, so we saw that Kuma visited the Soviet Kingdom, but it seems like he's back in the Revolutionary Army. What the? This guy's huge. Where did you come from? State your name. Ginny's been captured. Yeah, ooh, he's pissed. Yes, sir. It seems she caught the eye of a celestial dragon. Ooh, okay, no wonder. They took her on a government ship because the celestial dragon wanted to make her his bride. Oh boy, okay, damn. I really thought we were going to get more into, not more, but like, get more expansion on her being, captured. And then Kuma and the others were going to work hard to try and get her back. But here it seems like, she's already being taken and there's no way to rescue her before she gets, taken to Morijua. We won. Finally, after 3 years of struggling, we couldn't have done it without the Revolutionary Army. The enemy took us by surprise. It was the Revolutionary Army again. Here's to the Revolutionary Army, the heroes of the people. Huh, is that the first time I see that flag? Probably not. Please forgive us, Dragon, it's me. I worn myself out, I'll have to return by ship. We're so sorry. Around 2 years have passed since Commander Ginny of the Revolutionary Army was kidnapped. Damn, okay, so they couldn't do anything for her for 2 years. I thought she was going to be killed, but this might be a worse future, actually, or a worse fate. To be wed to a celestial dragon. We're nearly there, Bonney. What? Bonney? Kuma, it's Ginny. She's on the line right now. What? Hey, Kuma, I finally made it back to the surface. Ginny, they didn't want me around after I got sick. I was thrown away. Sick? What a stroke of luck. You're sick? Yes, sick? What kind of sickness? I wanted to see everyone one last time, but this call will have to be your goodbye. What? What are you talking about, Ginny? Where are you? I can be there in an instant. I was afraid I'd never see you again. Kumachi, sorry, but I'm at death's door. And she's panting. I'm glad you care about me, but you shouldn't come when I'm like this. Dragon, big bro. Kumachi has a big heart. Please take care of him for me. Kuma, get out of the way. There's only one place she'd go now. Kuma-san! And Kumachi, I just want you to know. Oh, she's not gonna hear this part. I love you. Always have, always will. Gotcha. Kuma, you're back? Where's Ginny? She's here, right? She is, but I'm afraid it happened when she was exposed to natural light. Her face, her entire body, it turned all blue in the sun, and her skin hardened like stone. Huh? What kind of sickness is this? Kumachi, I'm just so happy. What could have done this to her? Hey Kumachi, let's get married. Wouldn't it make you happy? No, Ginny, shit. She burned up her remaining time exposing herself to the sun, so she could cross the ocean and make it home to us, because she wanted to ensure her baby's safety. Bro, okay, I'm gonna keep reading, but I have something to say about, yeah, there's some heavily dark implications about Bonnie's birth. Oh, he's crying his eyes out alongside Bonney. You can rest now, Ginny. I swear I'll raise her well. And then we just see Kuma with at Ginny's grave. That's all wrong. You're tilting the bottle too much. Is this better? Bonnie-chan still looks uncomfortable. I'll show you how it's done. She's so cute. And if you're gonna be sleeping next to her, make sure her cot is like an iron cage. We can't have you smushing her in your sleep with that massive body. Ooh, you're quite the heavy drinker, Bonnie-chan. I'm sure you'll be just as much of a glutton as Ginny was. I'm still hungry. Oh, so she got that from her mom, huh? Oh, look at him smiling and crying. Daddy! No! Oh, look at him crying so much. Kind of reminds me of Kiddos and Rebecca. I mean, all the townsfolk love her too. He's giving her all the food with bread. And then he leaves her with an old lady, and then he goes to fight. Now they're bathing together. And once again, he goes to the Revolutionary Army to keep fighting. So it was basically, he goes to work for the Revolutionary Army, and then could be weeks or months later, and then he comes home to Bonnie. And then I don't know what this is. He's like, sleeping in his bed, and then he has like a little cage for Bonnie to be sleeping in. Oh, and then we have Kuma meets Sabo. Okay, damn. I don't have like the full timeline worked out yet. But this is definitely illuminating a lot of it. Kuma, what in the world are you doing? You boarded up all of the church's windows. He's panting. Close the door. Take a look here, below her eye. Is that a blue stone? Hey, isn't that... yeah, it was what Ginny had. Yeah, at the end. I'll call a doctor. Thank you. It's caused by sunlight, you say? Are you sure? Why don't we try taking her outside? Are you insane? It doesn't seem to be white lead poisoning. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with this condition. You're quitting the Revolutionary Army now? And Bonnie's contracted the same disease her mother had? Yes. I don't know if it's the right thing to do, but I have to stay by her side. I understand it's important to live without regrets. We can use our contacts to reach out to doctors all over the world for her. I owe you, Dragon. 7 years ago when Bonnie was 5. Wow, run away, the vampire is gonna eat us. And stay out, you turps. Bonnie, age 5. Okay. I don't know if this is outside. Could be inside the church. Blah. Haha, this is as far as you can go, right? Okay. So, yeah. Kuma still didn't let her go outside because the disease might get worse. But I'm guessing, like, obviously, at some point it was cured. Because, she's pretty much she's just, in the present, definitely not affected by this. I dare you take a step out here, you ugly vampire. It is, but the Holy Cross is your weakness. Look at it shine. Please, you can't go outside. Even standing near the doorway can give you the ouchies. I know you're such a worrywart. I know, you're such a worrywart, Dad. I was just kidding. Please don't even joke about it. Okay, I hate it when you get all sad and worried anyway. You're such a good kid. Stop being such a crybaby, Dad. No, this is so sweet. Those jerks, they made fun of my face stones again. Are they really that weird? It's not like I can help them. I didn't ask to get sick. You mean your jewels? What? They're just jealous because you got such pretty jewelry. Hey, you think so? You betcha. I love them. No. Hey, Bonnie. If you were to go on a trip, where would you like to go? Yo, that phrase from him? That's exactly what he said to, Toro and Perona before he disappeared them. When you're better, I mean. Oh, I know. Have you heard about the legendary Sky Islands? There are islands way up in the air? That's right, I read about it in this book. It's close to the sun, so maybe we'll see Nika up there. You'd love that, right, Dad? Dun da da da, dun da da da. That sounds like a great adventure. You can go there to have a big celebration for your 20th birthday. Where should we go for the 19th? Fishman Island! After examining your daughter, I concluded that she suffers from sapphire scale. I'm afraid it's incurable. You know what it is? I'm sorry to ask, but can you please speak a bit quieter? These days you almost never see it. What is the cause? Those stones grow exponentially when bathed in any form of natural light like the sun or moon. But even if you completely prevent any exposure, I'm afraid it's only a matter of time before the disease catches up with you. How was she cured, then? Forgive me for being so blunt, but your daughter has another 5 years at best. 5 years, another 5 years. When was this? 7 years ago. Well, yeah, okay, so something must have happened because it's been more than 5 years. It'll be a miracle before she reaches. Oh, it'll be a miracle if she reaches her 10th birthday. I'm afraid it's simply terminal, going by our current scientific understanding of it. It'll be over by her 10th birthday. This isn't fair. She's already growing into such a strong woman. Is there really no cure? But what? Bonnie, I thought you were asleep. I heard it all. You said it'll be over on my 10th birthday, right? Oh no, does she think she's gonna be... It meant that she was gonna be cured then? Your 10th? I have no idea what you're talking about. I heard you say it. Hey, are you crying? Is it something I said? Yes, he said when you're 10, it was about your illness, Bonnie. That stupid doctor. He told me that your condition is going to continue as it is till you're 10. Huh? It's just such an impelling amount of time. I can't help but get down after that. That means it'll be all better when I'm 10, right? So we can go on those trips. Isn't that right, Daddy? Oh no, what have I done? I get it. Oh, of course. By the time you turn 10, you'll be cured. Yippee! Well, it's been 2 more years after that. So pre-time skip, that's when, she would have died by the doctor's estimations. But that didn't happen. So, what's going on? What am I going to do? A familiar nightmare would soon descend on the cured numb observer. Only 1 year later. Kuma, you've gotta save us. King Bekori has returned and he's just as monstrous as ever. It's just like 16 years ago. He still wants to cut loose the country's dead weight. He's going to burn the people in their homes. Okay, so this has to be the event. When, King Bekori is going to be no more and Kuma is going to take over as the new king. The never-ending tragedy continues to unfold. What? And yeah, there's a break next week. Good. But yeah, okay. This was a lot. But it's definitely something that I've been wanting in regards to, more so the dynamic between Kuma and Bonney as father and child. It's definitely all I wanted from them. But yeah, god damn. I think you don't need me to spell out, and I don't want to say it, but the way that Bonnie came to be in regards to Ginny being basically abducted to be the bride of a celestial dragon, and then next thing we know, she's had a kid, and well, obviously it was because the celestial dragon that abducted her forced her to it. So yeah, we have no idea how the disease of the blue blue stones came to be, or what is the sapphire scale came to be. So I guess that's gonna be a big thing that they're gonna that's gonna be covered either next chapter or in the next 2 chapters. Because that seems to be like such a big deal. Or maybe we'll just know, what is the thing that will save her, but we don't actually get to actually see it happen. Like, with Law's backstory. We get to see him actually just eat the ope ope no mi, but we don't actually get to actually see himself, like, operate on himself and cure himself of the white lead disease. But we can all assume that's what happened after he was able to, get away from the flamingo at that time. So I wonder if it's gonna be something akin to this. And it's gonna be something that is like it happens either or or it's the reason why Bonney and Kuma are separated. But also gotta say, her age definitely explains some things in regards to how she acts in the present. And specifically, how she reacts to the pacifistas. Because I feel like, it's, her just not being able to move, and then just always starting to cry when she sees a pacifista, even though like she should know that's not her dad, and she will not harm her dad if she defeats one. She still can't do it. That always felt a little bit off to me, in comparison to other characters that we've seen. But yeah, okay, so yeah, 5 plus, that's what, yeah, 5, that was 7 years ago, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so she's 12 right now. So do that with that information what you may. But I will definitely be a little judgy when looking back at past panels in this arc of her. And I would also feel very weird if Oda had done something similar to that regard with Momo. Like Momo's still just baby boy, 8 years old. So even though he still has the body of an adult, like mentally he doesn't, he's not there. So putting him in like just framing his body like that would be ugh. So but yeah, just there's it's just damn tragic what happened to Ginny. Like that has to be like from a character that we know specifically the worst fate that they've had, because we've had obviously One Piece backstories can be so damn depressing, but at the end of the day it's like characters like Law, Robin, Brooke, eventually they found people that they cared about, they formed new bonds, and they started to heal. But that was not possible with Ginny. We met her as a slave and then became one again. And then horrific things were done to her. And then in her last moments, at least in her last moments, it seemed that she was free. But she wasn't able to die with, with Kuma and more people that she loved. So, yeah. So, if you enjoyed my reaction to this chapter, please like and subscribe. Until next time, see ya.